Ahoy! Ahoy! Come on in! Ahoy, my friends! Ahoy, my friends! Hey, how are you? Man, is it good to be back, huh? Welcome to the Gaming Galleon, my friends. I'm Captain Raz, or Galleon, as I've noticed a lot of people call me. Hey, it's Galleon! Sorry, yeah, I like that. Captain Raz here, or Galleon, whatever you want to call me is fine. Just don't call me late for dinner. Wow, did I really use that joke? That's aged. Okay, thank you for coming this week. We're in a very exciting, exotic location to talk about one of the strangest game creations ever. It really is. When you're talking origin, just strange. We're going to be playing The Italian Job by Rockstar for the PlayStation 1. And where do you play The Italian Job? Well, right in Turin, Italy, where the old caper goes down. We'll get into all that very soon. I also want to bring up that we have the chest over here, full of all kinds of interesting trinkets from the past. And you're going to drop your anchor when you hear the price we paid. And of course, in the back, toward the end of the voyage, we'll be heading over here to the bag that tells no tales, where you, my friends, send a little feedback my way, and we get to chat. Okay? So lots going on for the next hour here in Turin, Italy. And what can you say about Turin? We haven't really gone out there. Most of the boys, frankly, had just jumped out of the boat and just started swimming. It's that time of year where the water is just nice and everybody's ready to swim. We'll probably get dinner here and then head on back to Indianapolis, in the evening. But we had to come out here mainly because last week I was at the Indianapolis 500 with my father and my nephew and my brother-in-law. Kind of a tradition with us. We go the day before the race. Mainly because my dad would rather be home to watch the race. But the day before, it's easy enough for him to drive out here from Illinois, central Illinois, and come and see all the festivities that happen the day before, which is basically a festival of sorts. However, there is one interesting feature other than just the booths that you go to and seeing the garages where all the competitors are, the racers are, and getting a beer or whatever. There's actually a museum in the middle of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and within holds every winning car in the history of the race. And the race has gone on for over 100 years. This year was the 101st. So as a result, it's really neat to go into this museum and see all the designs of all the old cars. Some of them are shaped like cigars. One is called the Pink Zinc, and it's just a giant pink car. I guess was in the 50s or something like that. Some of them look like Model Ts. They're so old, and obviously there's more elaborate aerodynamic cars, and it's very interesting to just look at the designs as you go on through the decades. And my personal favorite decade for cars is that kind of 60s, 70s era. And so as I was appreciating these cars, I had to think to myself, this is the time. This is really the time to do The Italian Job, a racing game that I have wanted to pull out of the hold and show you guys practically since we got the boat christened and sent out in its first adventure. Why is that? Why is this such an interesting game, The Italian Job? Well, I think a big part of it is I like underdogs. And when you hear the story of The Italian Job, you can't help but think, whose idea was it to release this game in the first place? Now, if you'll notice, right there in the corner is that familiar R that we've all grown to love over the years. We've all learned that means innovation, that means quality, and above all, that means a lot of fun. That's the R for Rockstar. Now, most people know Rockstar. Well, most people know Rockstar for Grand Theft Auto. And Grand Theft Auto 3 for the PlayStation 2 was really where Rockstar became a household name. Were they around years before? Yeah. Obviously, there had to have been a Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2 if there was going to be a Grand Theft Auto 3, right? Well, those were on the PlayStation and also on the Dreamcast. They also made some other games. Wild Metal comes to mind. This tank game for the Dreamcast. That's a lot of fun. But none of these games really blew Rockstar up the way Grand Theft Auto 3 did, right? Well, Grand Theft Auto 3 drops, makes Rockstar a boatload of money. They make a second game called State of Emergency, a decent game, not nearly as popular as Grand Theft Auto 3. But then they decide to make another game called The Italian Job. And I'm not going out of order here. That's right, they made 2 AAA titles for the PlayStation 2 and then decided, almost on a whim, to drop a PlayStation 1 game when the PlayStation 2 had already been out for nearly half a decade. Whose idea was this? It was going to be a budget title, around $20, and the premise is even stranger because you see, The Italian Job is not an original property by Rockstar. It's a licensed game. The Italian Job is actually about a movie that was made over... Has it been 30 years? 40 years. Over 40 years ago. I think at the time it was 30 years ago. But now it's 40 years ago. The movie, The Italian Job, was made in 1969. And it starred Michael Caine. He was in Cocktail alongside Tom Cruise, if you guys don't know who that is. And even the incorrigible Benny Hill was in this movie. Now, I wanted to get... when this game first came out, I was sold immediately. The fact that this company had the guts to make a licensed game about a movie that had no one had ever heard of, that immediately made me go out and watch the movie. And I loved it. And that also immediately made me... Well, plus the price tag immediately made me go out and get the game. Now, these days, this game isn't going to cost you anything. I believe I found this game for $1 before. Because it's just another racing game as far as most people are concerned. But I want to teach you out there that if you're in a pawn shop or a retail store and you see the Italian Job for $2, don't think it's just another racing game. It's got a lot of personality, a lot of heart, and believe it or not, a boatload of features. So let's get into it. This is going to be an extremely... Let's just get into it, okay? Let's go for it. Now let me set the stage. The plot of this movie is about a group of Englishmen who, on a very busy day in Turin, Italy, where a very big football game is going on, or soccer game if you prefer, between the British and the Italians. It's all going on in Turin, Italy, okay? So these guys decide to try and steal $4 million worth of gold bullion from a convoy that's going through the city during this football game. And their plan is to reprogram all of the traffic lights in the city to cause a major traffic jam. And they've actually figured out, since they're programming all the lights in the city, they create one specific route that their getaway cars are going to take to get out of Italy, across the border of Sweden, into Geneva, to make a Swiss bank account. If you don't know anything about Swiss bank accounts, I don't know much about them, but I'm relatively sure if you have a Swiss bank account, no one can touch it, even if they think it's highly hot merchandise. So that's the story. Now what we're going to do here for the first half of the show is we're going to try our best to reprogram the traffic computers. Then we'll come back, we'll do the booty, and then we'll get back out there, steal the bullion, and try our damnedest to make it out of Turin, Italy with half a ton of gold bullion. Sound like fun? What else you got to do this afternoon, right? It's the Italian Job by Rockstar for the PlayStation 1. Alright. Now I'm starting us on the menu screen here because I want you guys to get an idea of how many different modes there are in this little $20 game. You got the Italian Job, that's the story. Destructor's kind of like you're knocking over cones. Checkpoints, flat out racing. Free ride, there's two big cities to see, London and Turin if you just want to go around the city. You've got challenge. You've got party play, which, believe it or not, I believe up to 12 people can alternate controllers and play this. And then finally, my personal favorite, the options. You got a blonde, brunette, and a redhead. That's classy. Okay, so let's get in here to the Italian Job. And as I said, we're going to be trying to take out, reprogram the traffic computer. You got to love these 1960s computers for the load screen. It's a nice touch. Alright, let's go find ourselves a push bike. Everything in this game is on a timer. And you'll also notice there's damage on your vehicle. I have to be very careful if I'm going to pull this caper off. And use every trick up my sleeve to weave around the dark alleys of Turin at night. But I tried my best to rehearse the heck out of this. Because if we don't have our traffic computers, we're dead in the water.
Game sound?
Can you get it for me? Thank you. Sorry, here's your game sound, folks. I'm having a hard time remembering that lately.
If it's going to be dark a lot, I need to say increase the brightness.
I can't hear you.
The brightness.
If you want a doctor, go ahead. I gotta work on it. I gotta concentrate. I'm literally like,
Would it be in-game? If you do?
In-game? No, I'm not. Just, we'll let it go. It's a nighttime mission. It's okay. Alright. Oh. That's our in. Oh my god, I'm sweating. I'm not sure if I'm sweating because it's hot in here or I'm sweating because I'm nervous. Alright, grab the push bike. We've got 5 minutes to knock out the power, pick up the guys from the track, from the traffic control building, and then get back to our hideout. And so far, we've been able to avoid the policia. They're out there. Oh! My eyes are glued. Alright, here we go. We're coming up on the power plant. Gotta knock out the power so that the traffic control power goes out and the boys can get in security free. Oh, we got the push bike. There's the grid. Sloppy but effective. Meanwhile, traffic control. The lights are out. The boys are going in. Now we gotta go pick them up. Things are going okay so far.
Okay, Bill. Let's go and pick up the lad.
Uh-oh. Oh, cops. You see, they're trying to get trying to write down my license plate. Oh no, I took a wrong turn. Maybe this hill will lose them. Okay, we lost him. Alright, I gotta do like 3 more minutes here of pretty much flawless driving. Whoa. The last thing I want to do is stop or hit the brakes because this thing is like, it's like driving an anvil. It'll take forever to get our speed back up. Alright, we're almost there. A few more blocks. I'll pick up the boys. If I get this stupid cop off my tail. Come on. Come on. Okay, we lost him. Guys, I'm sweating like a stuffed pig here. I'm really nervous. The amount of time I rehearsed this, if I don't do it right, I'm gonna be so unhappy. Ah! Okay, good. We're doing pretty good. Everybody in.
Right, lads. Back to the mansion.
Alright. It sounds like these guys are rich. They're not. It's a bombed out mansion. It's like utterly decrepit. But nobody lives there, so it's a good hideout. I got 2 minutes to make it there. That shouldn't be too bad. Let's just hope we don't get nicked or arrested. Ah! There's no way out! Oh god. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to knock that over. You gotta be kidding me! Uh, uh, of course it's believable. You always blow it, Raz. Damn it! We had all the time in the world, and I thought I'd be able to break through that construction fence. And once I stopped, it was over. They read the license plate. Nicked. Well, we're gonna have to pretend that I did that right for the second half of the show, where we attempt the getaway. And if you think that was challenging, just wait till you see what we have in store for you when we get into 3 Mini Coupes stuffed to the gills with gold bullion, trying to traverse a metropolis full of traffic. But that's for later, isn't it? Let's at least have some success in this show. Hold on, I want to get us to where we need to be here with this thing. Get out of here! Everything is against me today. All right, we'll leave that there for now. Okay, let's go to the chest. So, pretty good deal in here. This is Luck of the Irish. Luck of the Pirates. Luck of the Pirates. Luck of Papyrus. Let me get the audio. Sorry, I'm just setting up our next... Alright, that's good to go. Okay. So, yeah, this was a lucky pull from a thrift store. Everything kind of came together. I walked in, and this lady knows I look for video games. She's like, "Oh, you got some video games in there. You want that Diablo?" And I'm like, "Oh man, whatever happened to the days when people had no idea what video games were? That's the world I want to live in, because that's when they were willing to throw everything at me for nothing." But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in today. This lady says Diablo. And I'm like, we don't really need Diablo, do we? Because it's a PC game. We don't go for PC. But I was delighted to see that this was the Diablo she was talking about. The gorgeous Diablo 2 battle chess. Does this thing get heavier? It's filled to the gills with strategy guides and software. And I believe this was at a time before the lockout chip, right? I could be wrong. But let's see what's inside the battle chest. What did we get this for? So they had it priced for $181. And I thought, even though I don't play PC, I thought it was too cool. It's just too cool of a piece to pass up. You got a lot of stuff in here. These days, I think you get one of these for, I don't know, somewhere around $10-20, right? So 181, you get Diablo 2 here. Oh, the first Diablo's in here also? The first Diablo? That's neat. Diablo 2. That's the install disc, and then there's a cinematic disc for Diablo 2. You've got whatever this instruction manual is, probably. You've got a product catalog, so if you want to start learning WoW. And then, what else is in here? Oh, and then a really nice Brady Games Diablo 2. So is this included? Or was this just something some Yahoo threw in here for his own needs? I don't know, but he's got the page for Heretic Cube recipes marked. So if you ever... we need those recipes, we know where to go. Alright, so I don't know. I just thought that was a fun little piece. I'll probably give it off to one of my PC brethren. Just a pretty little box. So, but there were other things. Oh yes, there were. There was a whole honkin' stack of GameCube games, and that's what we're all about around here. GameCube games. So let's see what we got. Reasonably priced, I might add, for $1.01. See right there on Sonic's head, we have the Sonic Mega Collection. You see this guy all the time. If you don't have it, though, definitely worth picking up. It is the Mega Collection. It's just got some fingerprints on it. No scratches. And it's got, you know, almost every Sonic Genesis game you can think of. And even some other Genesis games thrown in. I think Flicky's on here. And Comic Zone, you got to unlock them. But not bad for $1. That's for darn tootin'. Darn tootin'. Alright. Next one, what do we got here? WrestleMania X8 for $1. You got Stone Cold there. I'm not sure who that is. Is that Jean-Claude Van Damme? I'm kidding. And then Hollywood Hogan there. Is that Shawn Michaels? I think that's Shawn Michaels. The Showcase of Immortals. So yeah, we didn't have it, you know. I basically swooped up any reasonably priced GameCube game there. It looks a little beat up. I have a feeling we're not going to be playing much of this anyway, though. But you know, you never know. If I've learned anything about what we do here in the Galleon, it's that don't count out any game. The path of your life may lead you to any game out there. You never know. All right. What do we got next? Star Wars Rogue Leader. Rogue Squadron 2. This was basically a system seller at the time. Everybody was like, well, there's no Mario, but there's Rogue Leader. Rogue Squadron 2. We got that for $1. Definitely showcased what the system had to offer graphically. I'm more a fan of Rogue Squadron 3. I think it's a bigger package. And it looks like this one's got chewed on or something, or maybe Acid Rain. I don't know what's on here. Look at this beautiful striking red there. Disc is used, but fine. I think that'll work just fine. Not bad at all for $1. A lot of people, that was like their favorite game of the system. NBA Courtside 2002. Is that Kobe Bryant? I don't know. I don't really know these people. Everyone says Kobe, though. Is that this person? I don't know. Yeah, NBA Courtside for $1. I don't know. It was a great GameCube game we didn't have for $1. This will probably get traded in. I don't know. I have no really use for sports games on the GameCube. Alright, what do we got next? Nightfire 007 for the GameCube. Pierce Bronson looking pretty sly there. Yeah, used, but I think it'll work. I'm not complaining for $1. I don't know if we have that one. We might. Oh, now this is one I've been looking for a while because I don't know. I know I had it. Maybe an ex-girlfriend took it or something. You know how ex-girlfriends get shady on their way out. They start taking the good stuff. Or for all I know, it was hers. If I'm living with it, it's mine automatically. Alright. So a used copy of Soul Calibur 2. This is a copy. This I've been trying to track down. I actually wanted to do a voyage on this a little while back, and I couldn't find my copy. So now we luckily have it, and the big sell here with Soul Calibur 2 was this Soul Calibur 2 was made in a time where they used to give exclusive content to each system. So the PlayStation 2 version of Soul Calibur 2 had Heihachi from Tekken. The Xbox version had Spawn, and the GameCube version is hands down the coolest because it's actually got Link from The Legend of Zelda in Soul Calibur 2 form. So I'm very excited to have this back in the collection. It's a shame it's a total wreck, but you know, for $1, we've got the game. It's only a matter of time until we find the case again. So that's good because it's not that expensive of a game. It's like a $10-15 game, but we got it for $1. That's great. That's exactly what I want to do with GameCube games. Another GameCube game with no case on it. Got Spyro here for $1. Which Spyro? Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. I don't know how good this game is. These are all kind of messy. They're more dirty than scratched. I don't know how that happened. Alright. So I don't know what's in this. 80 cents. We'll find out what we got for 80 cents. Oh, okay. Copy of Wii Sports. Basically picked this up because I've got a spare sleeve and manual. One of those sleeves that came with the Wii. So I was like, hey, put the disc in there. I've got a complete copy. For 80 cents, why not? It's a good game. Oh, yeah, and I think this is the first game I saw. And I was like, it's going to be a good afternoon. For $1, we found Luigi's Mansion. How about that? Still haven't played this guy. No manual. This looks okay. It's kind of messy. Let me get it on my kidney there. Yeah, that's okay. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Don't ever let a scratch disc, scare you away from a good price. Because it's only, a couple bucks more. You really need to get the thing fixed. It's better just to take the gamble, Alright. 360 game here, Oblivion, for $1. I think we have it, but it was $1. It's an amazing, game. Elder Scrolls. No manual. This looks good. $1. How can you go wrong? 101. All right. What's next? Oh, this is pretty cool. Me and Pat used to play this. I think I've got this on PS2, and it's always better to have the GameCube version of things. So, for $1, we have Marvel Nemesis. It's kind of like an arena fighter. You've got Spidey in there, Iron Man. The Thing is playable in this, which is pretty cool. It's a decent arena fighter. 2-player. Table tennis for 80 cents. Couldn't pass it up for 80 cents. We have a copy of this. Another game made by Rockstar. Another one of their weird games. God bless Rockstar for the chances they take with game development. So, or at least game publishing. So yeah, there you go. 80 cents on tabletop tennis or table tennis. And 80 cents for the Xbox Live Arcade Unplugged, which has 6 games? 6 games. Most of these I hate, but there's one in here that's pretty deep. Well, I don't know that I hate them, but most of these I could care less about. This is hands down one of the most boring compilations I've ever come across. But here we are. We have PopCap's Bejeweled 2, Texas Hold'em Poker, Outcast Kaliki X. I don't know what that is. It says roleplay as a space station tycoon, tend to your guests, manage your business, encounter wacky storylines, live the adventure. Sim game, not really up my alley. Hardwood Backgammon. Just a backgammon game. What's the point? Wiki Fairy of Souls. Never heard of this one. It says enter a charming fairyland world as Wick. the firebug dodging, acorn spitting, tongue swinging, most unlikely hero. 120 levels packed with mayhem. I'm not even sure which kind of game this is. Maybe a 2D platformer? Static platformer? And then finally, the one game that I really like is worth picking up, certainly for 80 cents. Geometry Wars Retro Evolved. So, I'm not sure why it's called Retro Evolved. But Geometry Wars is basically a really decent 2D, two-stick shooter. So, you know, you got 6 games here. Basically, Geometry Wars is what sold me. I'm grabbing that. Then we didn't have it. PS2, this may be it. Yeah, this is it. And then finally we have a PlayStation 2 game from Russia with Love. I couldn't say no to Sean Connery's smile there. So, ugh, I should have. This thing's wrecked. This thing's wrecked. All right, but that was 80 cents. So not a single game here did we pay more than $1 for. They were the $1 or 80 cents. But we did have 16 games or so, give or take. How many games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 on the Diablo. And the Diablo cost like $180. Well, I had a 50% off card, and I thought this would be the right time to use it. So I used it. Most of these games we were getting. So that means most of these games we got for either 50 cents or 40 cents. And out the door, the entire kit and caboodle cost us $8.08 for all this. So not a bad deal. Pretty happy about that. Especially happy that we got Soul Calibur back in the mix. And you know, get a couple random GameCube games we don't have to fill in the cracks. Why not? We've got one hell of a GameCube collection at this point. So it's always exciting to find a cheap, another cheap one to add to the pile for $1 or $2. So there you go. Not a bad deal. Let's get back to getting this gold. Let's pretend that I managed to get us back to the mansion without getting caught by the cops. Very embarrassed by that, because everything would have tied together to this moment. It's the next day. We've managed to create a massive traffic jam in Turin. We've managed to close off, route the caravan of bullion off to a secluded area. We've managed to blow open the doors, loot the armored car, pack all of the gold into the 3 Mini Coupes, and now it's time for us to get in, put pedal to the metal, and get the hell out of Turin, Italy. Let's see if we can pull it off, shall we? It's the Italian Job. It's a game that you should pick up if you have a PlayStation of any kind. Let's do it. Okay. The getaway. I mean, it's a Mini Coupe. It should handle like a dream, right? Yeah, well, don't forget it's carrying, you know, about $1 million worth of gold bullion. Oof. Oh my god. One nick could pretty much be the end. Careful. You see? It's out of the way! I hear traffic. Into the mall. Surely they won't find us in here. Oh look, there's a Claire's. Hand on the brakes. Woo! I think I just popped that guy's roof. Ugh. Whole controller shakes when you hit one of those knuckleheads. Sharp left. Oh, blue lights, not good.
Put your foot down. Put your foot down.
Come on, baby. Careful on those jumps. Whoa! Go to gas. Let the inertia take you. There we go. Whew. Oh! Come on. And this is just like the movie. The whole trail you're seeing here is in the movie. In fact, this part here, this is a church. And when you go down these steps, there's like a church procession going on. They almost run right into the whole ceremony. But they do manage to not disturb it. Credit to them. Whoa, boy. Alright, no problem. No problem. Not the first spin out I've had to nullify. Alright, up the amphitheater. No problem. Hold on to your boots. Ah! I love that jump. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. What could possibly go wrong? Come on. Unbelievable. Come on.
Put your foot down. Put your foot down.
Whew. Whoa! Meant to do it. Meant to do it. Okay, we lost them. And they're back. Great. Two minutes. Okay, we're coming up on a bridge. We gotta cross this river, but that bridge is totally jammed. What do you do? Geronimo! Oh God. Ah, go, go, go. That's hands down one of the hardest 6 minutes and 30 seconds in gaming you're gonna come across. You have to do the entire thing perfect. I've played this. I've done the Getaway over 100 times easy, and it's like Battletoads. It's one of those games where you're gonna do a little better every time, but you're gonna fail almost every time. But every time you get a little closer to the end, and it just makes you want to retry and get back on the horse. What a pain in the ass this game is. What a pain in the ass. Alright. I do recommend it still, though. It's still a great game. I've only managed to beat it once. And we weren't that far. Like I said, what do they have? 2 minutes left? Basically, they make their way out of the city, but I'm not going to finish the movie for you. I suggest you grab it. I don't know I know Mark Wahlberg made one in like 2002 or something. I never saw that one. I don't like when movies are remade. I prefer the originals. And the first one had Benny Hill in it. You don't know who Benny Hill is? Comic genius, basically the godfather of British televised comedy. So anyway, I highly suggest the movie. I highly suggest the game. And that was only 2 missions. There's a lot more to be seen, a lot more to do. It's one of the best budget titles they ever made for the PS1. And maybe in history. And God bless Rockstar for taking a chance like this. Because it came out, it worked out for them in spades. I don't know how much they made on it, but I sure love it. Okay, let's get to the mailbag here. Let's get over here. For the record, I knew I wasn't going to make it through the Getaway. I didn't want to tell you guys that at the beginning of the show because it's like, you got to go in optimistic, but it's just impossible. But there's no better, mission to illustrate how fun that game is there. So this goes from Bourbonnais, Illinois, to Cap and Raz, and it's got a bunch of turtles on it. That's pretty cool. I like turtles. Hey, what do we got on here? I feel something in here. I don't know what it is. Let's read the letter first. More turtles. Wow, look at all the turtles on this thing. This is great. These guys know how to decorate. Alright, this says Cap and Raz. I love to watch your show. My favorite part is watching you play the games. My favorite episode is when you went to Bourbonnais and played Barnyard. We went to the store and I found this game and I thought you would want to play it. I know you like Donald Duck. What is your favorite Donald Duck cartoon? Love, Quinn Underwood, a.k.a. my darling nephew. Thanks, Quinn. My favorite Donald Duck cartoon? Probably The Three Caballeros. It's actually a full-length feature movie. I don't know if that counts. But it's his birthday, and he gets a present, or he gets like a few presents, and inside there's like a piñata and all these other presents. Each present he opens transports him to a different part of Central America. I know it sounds silly, and it was made in the 60s. There's a lot of Donald mixed in with real people who are singing and dancing. I loved it. It's pretty obscure, and obviously anytime Donald Duck showed up in DuckTales was a special treat for me. So there you go. Thanks for the question. Let's see what game you got me here. Oh, nice! A Game Boy game. Original Game Boy. Mickey and the Magic Wands. And I can see, of course, always getting second billing there. You got Donald Duck in the background. He's that blue blob there. Yeah, thanks for nothing, webcam. I don't even know if it's on autofocus. This is great. I don't have this. Mickey and the Magic Wands. Thank you very much, Quinn. Wow, that's classy. Get a game. Can't go wrong there. That makes today's caper all the better. I may not have walked away with, $4 million worth of gold bullion, but I got something straight from the heart. How about that? All right. That's it for today's adventure. Have a little Italian today. Maybe, get a Michelina's fettuccine Alfredo, one of those frozen dinners. Keep it real authentic. Don't count out the old hardware. I mean, Rockstar didn't. Rockstar was on the top of their game, and look at that. They went back in time and gave us a great game on a great platform. Pick it up if you see it, or if you have a PlayStation. Highly recommended the Italian Job. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next time. Not sure where, not sure when. But I know one thing for sure. Wherever we go, we'll get out there together. All right? So until then, farewell and adieu to ye Spanish maidens. Farewell and adieu, ye ladies of Spain. For we received orders for to head out to Turin. And we may never see ye fair ladies again. Keep your powder dry, mateys.